Welcome to We Invest Different podcast. I'm co-host John-Micah Bess.
And I'm co-host Victor Thomas.
And what We Invest Different podcast is all about is not conversations just about financial literacy or investing, but we dive into the things that we'll need in life, like character, integrity, and life principles and standards. And we also get to have conversations with other people who are different and add value to the world.
And what inspired us to start this podcast was seeing the influx of people, investing in the stocks, real estate, Bitcoins, or all the other coins. But, we didn't want to neglect the other side of the investment, which is investing in ourselves and our mental well-being and our character. It's hard to maintain the money that we receive without making sure we're looking within. So we just wanted to make sure we shed light on that part as well.
Welcome back to another episode of We Invest Different podcast. This is conversation number 4. I'm co-host Mr. John-Micah Bess.
And I'm your other co-host, Victor Thomas II.
Man, we tapping in. It feel good, man. We just got through having a productive day. How you feeling today, Vic?
Feeling pretty good, man. Just realized that my dad's death date, I guess transition date, I'd rather call it, was last week. I just realized it, though. But, man, I ain't even sad about it, man. I'm glad that he not suffering no more. I just stood some time and looked at his picture, man, and it just felt good, man, just knowing that he can rest now and, I'm on the right track, so I know, he proud of that. So, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for the mind frame I got. And thank God, man, for where I done came from. How about you?
For sure, man. I'm feeling great, actually. I'm feeling real good, man. Mentally feeling good, physically feeling good. We went to the gym today.
Yes, sir.
Stuff just looking up, man. Stuff just being positive, and that's really what I'm learning. Like, the more consistent you are with these, like, productive activities, it really just spiral your life into a better situation. And that's what I feel. I feel more light. I feel more light coming. I feel more better energy, high vibration, more better frequency coming, man. Clearer thoughts.
Yeah, right.
The more I keep continuing this routine that I'm on, man, I feel great. Man.
Yeah, man, Thursday's always a good day at this point.
It be really lit, man.
Good day, Thursday. And it's good that we got it locked in, man. Like, it's just like you say, like you've been saying for a while, man, it's just, you look forward to having a full day. And when you said that, I felt that, you know what I mean? Like, It is good, you know what I mean? For real.
And like that, us doing this consistently, man, every week, it made me think about how sometimes, like, not having something to do could lead to depression. Like, a lot of our idle time, that's how negativity comes up. Our spare time, the time where we don't feel like we got something to do. And I think that's where we lose a lot of our time, and we waste a lot of our time in those moments where we have leisure time. And if we look at those times as opportunity instead of opportunity to just open up, because a lot of times when we relax on our off days or when we don't have nothing to do, we use that time to entertain ourselves with foolishness. But like, it's a lot more other things I'm learning that we can fill our day up with that'll be productive to our mental health, to our physical health, and to just our life in general. You know what I'm saying? So
I totally get what you're saying, because, like I was telling you, man, I had like 2 days of just, I ain't have much to do. So I was just chilling. And in my chilling, I kind of, got so caught up in, dang, I've been so busy with, tasks that I was doing. It was like, okay, I'm going to do nothing now. But, I had a revelation the other day that I can't lax. You know what I'm saying? I can't lax. I mean, I can relax, but as far as like my priorities and what I need to do, which is studying my word, it might be different for other people, but that's what I got to do. That's what God got me doing. I got to read the word. I got to seek God and serve his kingdom. You feel me? So
that's right.
I gotta remember to do that. Even with all these tasks and opportunities that's coming right now, I gotta remember to do that, because if it wasn't for me being dedicated to the word, none of this stuff would be happening.
Right, bro.
You know what I mean? So I gotta keep that going. And like I said, I was in the shower the other day, and God said, man, the way that you was doing it before, it ain't no going back from that. You know what I mean? You got to get deeper into the word. You can't get all these opportunities and successes and then chill. No, that's the time to go harder in the word. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
bro.
I definitely receive that, and I'm definitely carrying that, man, for real.
And that's a good lesson, man. That's a good lesson. So leading into what I wanted to talk about today, what crossed my mind was like how everybody got goals, right?
Word.
Like I really realized this. Every single person got goals, whether the only difference is the size of the goal and how committed you are to achieving that goal. That's what separates us as individuals. And to go along with what you were just explaining, what separates your situation from our situation is your commitment. And that's what you were speaking about. Like you still got to be committed to those things that make you a better person. And one problem that I always run into when I start doing positive things and start getting results is like I quit when I reach. When I start doing good, like I feel like I can relax a little bit. Like, okay, I went going hard for 5 days, so I can take like 2 days off.
Right.
And like that's that thing. And because check this out, bro, I realized that habits has a connection to your goals. Like your habits helps you establish your goals, because your habits, it really determines, like where you're going.
Yeah, man.
So like what we talking about is, establishing that consistency with handling your priorities. Like if something is working good for you, you need to take that and add it to your everyday routine. Don't let it just be sometimey, because if a new show come out, we'll watch it religiously and we'll watch it consistently until the season is over with. And now, even though it's good, you check this out. It's good to us, right? The shows are good. We'll come back every single week and watch it. But if we do something that's productive for ourselves, which is good, we won't continue to come back, because we'll get comfortable with that little bit of results that we got. And I think without being committed, if we're not committed to ourselves first before we commit to our goals, that's how we'll never achieve our goals. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's not enough for you to just have goals, because everybody got goals, bro. Yep. Even the bum on the street got goals. But how committed are you? How committed are you to yourself so you can commit to those goals of you being better than what you are today? And I think that's the most important thing, bro.
Real talk.
With personal development.
I got a question for you, though.
What's up?
Do you think that, like, your level of commitment is based on your goal?
No. And see, that's the thing. That's crazy that you said that, because that's what my thought process came from, right? Like, I'm going to break it down for you. Sometimes we commit to our goal first before committing to ourselves. And that's the problem.
What you mean by that, though? What you mean by that?
Okay, like, when you commit to your goal first, that's what you chase first. That's your main focus. That's your main priority, the end goal. But see, when you start with you and you become a better person, you start to attract instead of chasing. And see, that's the thing. We start getting attached to the goal, to the end goal, and start chasing. We chasing that instead of actually becoming something that can attract that thing, so we won't have to chase. Like, be a better you. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, if you start transitioning and changing yourself into being better, you'll start attracting better people. You'll start attracting better things into your life. And that way, you won't have to work so hard for what you want. It'll be attracted to you because you're attracting things into your life because of the type of person you are.
Yes, sir.
Because of the energy you're moving in.
Yes, sir.
And see, that's the real change that we have to go after instead of trying to get the tangible things first. I think the real work is you actually becoming something that's greater than what you are right now. It's a transition. It's a process. And I think we all, it's an everyday thing. It's not like you starting today and you like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be this whole new human being, because that's just not how life works. We all got time and space, and we got to make those transitions daily. But I feel like that's where the commitment come in at. Right. That transition and that process of everyday daily routines and what we were just talking about. Your routine is going to build your habits. But before you can establish something, like before you can establish a good habit, I feel, you got to become committed to something. Because a habit is just you consistently doing something until it become a routine. Yeah. Now, we can pick up bad habits all day. Like, we do have a lot of bad habits that we subconsciously get addicted to. But I'm saying on purpose, you actually starting a habit deliberately on purpose. Start a good habit and consistently do it and use it as a priority and make it a part of your everyday routine. So you can then transform into a new person, a better person, not a new person, because you still your true self. But you transforming into a better version of yourself through your mindset, because you starting to think differently. You starting to love yourself more. And when you love yourself more, you become more disciplined.
Yep. And what it sounds like to me, basically what you saying, man, is what this show is all about. Investing in yourself.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because we'll go out here on these ventures. You know, the goal might be, I want to make $10,000 off day trading.
Yeah.
And now we studying about trading. We watching YouTube videos.
Every day.
But who knows? I mean, I think the fact is, if we just become a better person, things will move in a way to where we'll get that $10,000 trading. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not to say that we shouldn't study and shouldn't, educate ourselves on where we want to make our money from. But one thing I learned, we can say we want to get X amount of dollars from doing whatever. Mm-hmm. But if we really start looking, I know when I started looking into myself, you know what I mean? I started to realize that stuff that I wanted would come in ways that I didn't even expect.
True.
You know what I mean? So a person might say, I want $10,000 from day trading. But when they start looking into themselves, they realize, I can get $10,000 this way.
Right.
I can get $10,000 another way. Or they might even realize, hell, I don't even want $10,000. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna hold you. For me, that's what scripture do, man. You know what I mean? Like, it really made me look at my reason for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want $10,000, but okay, why do you want $10,000?
It's crazy you say that, because I was talking to some, mutual friend not too long ago. We was chopping it up, and one way or another, I started talking about how when we pray, sometimes I don't think we realize what we're asking for. Because if God would actually answer us, some stuff we wouldn't ask him. You see what I'm saying? Like if he'll actually answer us, like in the conversation, some of the stuff that we ask for, we wouldn't ask because he'll ask us like, why? Like you just said.
That's heavy. Because
it's like, okay, if we praying for to have a certain amount of money, if we say like, Lord, I want to be blessed with such and such and such, and he'll be like, what you gonna do with it?
Right.
Like you'll start thinking more before you ask. Because you'll really start thinking and have all your stuff in a row. Like, okay, if I'm going to go ask the Lord for this, I'm going to have a plan.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You'll start thinking about it. You'll start actually really thinking about what you praying for.
And put some stuff that's worth a damn in the plan. Sorry for cussing, but I ain't like that. But man, I ain't big on that.
Ourselves, bro.
You know, yeah, God know why I'm at with it.
Yeah, we've been ourselves.
Like I said, put some stuff that's worth something in the, I'm going to do something that's worthwhile with the money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Instead of just, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. You know what I mean? Put something in the plan that's like, okay, I'm going to give back this amount. You know what I mean? I'm going to do this for that person or something. You know what I mean?
And one thing, too, about money, man, that I want to bring up is that what I learned is that, man, when you lead with money, sometimes you end up having the spirit of deceit. Because you can have everything in this world, but you'll use it the wrong way. Because check this out, like even Satan tried to bribe Christ in the wilderness.
Sure did.
He tried to bribe him with the things of this world. And that's what I mean by, like, if we chase things first, you don't know, like, you don't really care how you get those things. When you do it backwards like that, when you do it backwards like you're not supposed to, when you just chase money first without actually tuning into your purpose in life, you'll start actually finding yourself doing any and everything for it.
Yeah.
But see, when you tapping into who you are and what God wants you to be in your life, you'll have a better direction of how you want to go about getting this money.
Real talk.
Because, like, when I first started, bro, like, I had a moral compass, like I explained in the last episode. I had a limit of what I will and won't do. But I'm saying, though, some people don't have that conscience.
Real talk.
So if you just grow up and you just like money, 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 that's how you get into robbing. That's how you get into stealing. That's how you get into all of these things. But when you learn value of self and that God made you somebody and that you hold value from within, when you start tapping into being, I don't want to say a God, but I say a higher level of consciousness.
Yeah.
When you tap into a higher level of consciousness of self by saying like, hey, I'm something important and I can be used as a vessel. By having that acknowledgement, by having that consciousness in your mind, you start transforming your vibration. Like you growing your vibration by thinking of yourself like that.
Yeah.
So and also by you acknowledging who God is, you're going to automatically start evolving into what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, sir.
And then when you start going about it like that, the Lord will start to bless you. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, that route. And that makes the path different and the journey different from when you start with self and when you start with chasing money. Like, it seemed easier by just chasing money. But, like, when you tap into yourself first, everything becomes easier.
Yeah, man. And then I think also, not I think, I know that when you put that money first, man, it's like sometimes you don't even recognize what come with it until you been got it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it could have, like when you consult, when you look within and consult God first, He'll steer you away. You know what I mean? But when you just like, hey, I'm getting this money, it's like, okay, go ahead and get it. And then you realize, oh, I ain't know this was going to happen. You know what I mean? I ain't know this came with the deal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just like when the devil tried to deceive Jesus. It's something that came with that.
Yes.
It's something that definitely came with that. And, you know, looking within ourselves and seeking counsel from God, it really keep us from a lot of situations that we don't even know are there because our understanding is so limited. You know what I mean? Like I love to say, we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow for real.
No, not at all.
We really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But God does. God always does. So I'd rather put my faith in Him. Hey, God, whatever you got for me, wherever you want me to go, that's where I go. Where you want me to put my efforts, I'll put my efforts there. Because doing it my way ain't do nothing but get me into a bunch of mess. A bunch of mess. Car wrecks, jail, man. Getting locked up is the same thing as jail. But multiple occurrences, you know. So going the other way instead of just chasing, even if it's not just money, it could be you know, a certain level in your career. Mm-hmm. You know, it might not necessarily be money. It could be that. You know what I mean? Reaching a certain status.
It's a lot of voids, man.
Yeah, man. We could chase them. The whole time, we could be hurting ourselves and trying to pursue them.
For sure, man. And that's leading us to our new segment, our segment that we do every week, every conversation, every episode is like, it's what you learn segment. So it's going to keep us learning. It's going to keep our listeners tapping into what we're learning because we want to actually give practical steps too on how we all can just be better people because that's what the whole point of we being on here is.
Yes, sir.
You know, because so far we have tapped into, you know, habits, goals, consistency, and making the decision to tap into your purpose instead of just chasing money first. We talked about that. Like, that's a gem. Like, once you tap into who you are and who you want to be and who God wants you to be first, if you put that first as a priority, everything else will be made a little bit easier. You know, your vision will be clearer. You'll have more direction in life. And when you start with money, money is everywhere. And there's so many different ways to make money. So you can be used in so many different ways when you chase money. So when you tap into God and what He wants you to do, you're more solid. You know what I'm saying? You're more solid, you're more fulfilled, and you got your head on straight. Not saying that you won't make mistakes because we all growing each and every day of our lives. But I feel like you have a better chance of having a better lifestyle going the way of God than you do just chasing money. And who knows where that can lead you.
Man, places we couldn't even imagine, man.
What?
Because if somebody told me I would be doing what I'm, like, I still get like when I was running on the treadmill, I was like, bro, I'm really running on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind was nowhere near that at one point. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't even a thought, a consideration. You know? I'm trying to stop saying, nah, I mean so much. Because I say that a lot. I'm working on that, but
Why don't you like that?
What's saying? Nah, I mean,
Yeah.
cause man, I listened back to the podcast and I said a lot, bro.
Oh, true.
I said too much. I feel, you know what I mean? See, I said too much. I feel, but it's a process, man. So I'm acknowledging it, and that's always the first step. And when we want to become better in the space, so I'm acknowledging now, and you know I ain't gonna go too hard on myself, but I'm gonna just try to keep it on my conscience. You know what I mean? And pray about it.
For sure, bro. That's that self goal. That's that goal kicking in. And,
That's right.
And that's that work, that process. That's gonna be your process.
Yes, sir.
So, man, like I said, this is a segment of what you learn. Tap in, man. So, recently, what's something that you want to reveal that you learned that will that taught you something and that will teach our listeners something?
Well, for me, I'm heavy on God, man.
Yeah.
And the thing that I learned was actually yesterday when I was at church. And it's crazy how, like, the topic might not be nothing about what pop into your mind as a revelation. It's like the word is one. So when we have any encounter with God, he can speak to us in any space in our life. But anyway, what I picked up was that in order for me to be fully transformed, I have to keep God on my conscience at all times. I can't say I'm gonna think about God when I'm at church, or I'm gonna think about God when I'm reading my scripture. I'm gonna think about God when I'm praying. Like, no, if I'm walking my dog, I need to be thinking about God. If I'm eating my food, I need to be thinking about God. If I'm driving down the expressway, God, I need God on my mind all the time. Now, I'm not saying this is the route for everyone, but for the people who out there that's, I don't know, something like me, and God really got something for you to do, try it out with me, because I'm starting this journey of trying to remember God all day, every day. And that's how I'm going to be transformed continuously. I'm not saying I'm going to get transformed and then I'm done, but I'm going to continuously grow and be better and see things different, have more joy, have more peace, be filled more with the Spirit, with keeping God on my conscience as often as possible. So that's what I picked up, that's what I need to do. And that's what's going to transform me.
That's deep.
Yes, sir.
That's deep, man. Man, recently, what I've been learning is that change has to happen. Because it's already happening.
Real talk.
Like, everything around us is changing, and it's consistently changing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, whether you change or not, change is still happening. So I just want to be a part of change. I want to be a part of growth, in a positive direction, though. You know what I'm saying? That type of change. The change that's going to be productive to my life, to my unborn son, to my family, my future family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what tomorrow may bring, but in this present moment, I want to make sure I'm doing something that's going to change in a positive direction. Like my life I'm speaking about. Like, I want it to be changing every day in a positive direction. If that takes me stopping some of the negativity, if that takes me sacrificing some things, like whatever that looks like, I know that it needs to happen. And every day, that's what it needs to look like. It needs to be going towards that goal or that vision that I have of me and my family, bro.
Yes, sir.
And if that's not a priority, I can't say, like if I look up 2 years from now and I'm not where I want to be, or I'm not, whatever that is, we don't know what 2 years is going to look like, but we know that what we do every day is adding up. Right. Like, tomorrow is not promised, but we do know if we are blessed enough to wake up tomorrow, that what we did the day before is going to be helpful for the next day.
Right.
So that's another thing that me and my girl was talking about this morning, man. You just never know when the end is.
Man.
Like, we never know when the end is, bro, but everybody got a date, and we never know what day it is. So if we are blessed with the breath of life, I feel that it should be being emptying out shedding the light into the world and just doing something positive and productive. And what better way than that is being used with the purpose that God put you here, to do. So
yes, sir.
I feel that's the message that I want to drop off on the people.
Solid, man. I love that, man.
For sure, man.
Love that, man.
Before we another thing too, before we get off, I do want to have y'all go check out our store. We do got a lot of things coming in the future. I'm not gonna spill the beans. I'm gonna show y'all what we got working on in time and when the time presents itself. But we're not going to stay the same. We're planning on growing. We're planning on changing some things. But go on over to www.fnfstore.com and check out our positive personal development brand, where we shine light on different things. It's just positive. Our logo is positive. Most of the designs that we have is sending a positive message. And we stand for mindset, faith, education, and wealth. Those are 4 principles that we stand on in life. And we feel like with that combination of things, you can't help but be successful. And with that being said, I'm co-host, CEO of Financial Fashion. And we out. You can go ahead and chime out too.
All right. Victor Thomas. Well, I'll say my other stuff first. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check out the merch, man. Good stuff, good messaging, man. I got a bunch of it. I wear it all the time.
Right.
I'm proud of my cousin, man, for really, spearheading this whole thing, man. I just want to put that out there too, man. I'm proud of you, cuz, for real.
Appreciate that.
I ain't going to say too much about it. We could talk about some stuff off air, but you standing out in my eyes. You know what I mean? I just leave it at that.
Appreciate it,
so,
man.
Salute on that. But yeah, man, follow me on Instagram, Victor Infinity 3. Got a new single, link in the bio, with the PCG5 called God Is Able that I produced. It's doing pretty good right now for the first single. There was one more thing I wanted to say too.
Yeah, they would start working outside of the building right now. When we closing, I just wanted to say that, but
it's all good. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Y'all stay prayed up. Remember God. Drive safe. Don't be texting and driving.
That's a word for me.
I think that's a word for everybody. Me too. But yeah, man, it's your other co-host, CMO of Financial Fashion, Victor Thomas, signing out. Y'all stay blessed. Less stress.
And one more thing. Don't forget, tap in. Mental Health 10 Minutes movement. We started this movement because we've seen the data, we've seen the facts that stress is one of the leading causes of chronic physical and mental health issues. So we want to do our part by taking the time out, 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes per day, for a walk, a jog, or a run. Just get outside. Feel that great sun. Get that positive energy in your day, and I guarantee you it will have an effect on your stress level, your depression symptoms, your anxiety symptoms, because one thing you're doing, you're focusing on something for those 10 minutes. And that's relief. If it's just for those 10 minutes, you're actually teaching your body. You're teaching your body how to respond better. You're teaching your body how to be more positive. And this is what we're doing. We're making it muscle memory. So how you feeling when you running those 10 minutes? How you feeling when you walking, when you jogging, when you taking those 10 minutes to yourself? We want to make that a part of who you are. Yes. And that's our goal. So Mental Health 10 Minutes, if you can, when you're doing your 10 minutes, take a picture, take a video, and post with hashtag Mental Health 10 Minutes. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in to We Invest Different Podcast, and we'll see you guys for Conversation 5 next week. We're gone.
Peace.